Hello, everybody. Thank you again for showing up today. We've got some new folks in, and it looks wonderful. Thank you again. Um, I am, and this is our fifth Bottoms Down live stream class. And again, we are still really pretty much learning what we're doing here. So bear with us. Um, I'm Nerdy Mickey, and will be doing my best to produce this live stream class and moderate the Q&A session. So once again, as I said, please bear with us as we continue to learn. We're going to do some different things today to hopefully smooth out some of the technical difficulties we had before. So, but hopefully this, let's see what we can do and let's get started. I've taken enough of your time and we can get on with the show.
Let's get started. We're going to move a little bit forward in our chair so that we're not leaning back. And let's take a moment to ground our feet to the earth, to the floor. So thinking about having both feet on that floor, equal weight on both sides. So not only both feet, but also the foot itself. So we're not pronating or supinating those feet. Okay, now let's ground those sits bones. So we've got those pointy bones that we sit on, and let's take a moment to feel those on that chair, equal weight on both sides. Our hands are going to rest lightly on the thighs. Let's go ahead and flip our palms up towards the ceiling. We'll close our eyes and breathe our natural breath. So don't change the breath, just notice it, just your natural breath. And now let's elongate that breath. We're going to inhale a little more deeply, exhale a little more completely. Do that a couple more times. And breathe normally. Now we're going to move that breath down into the belly, that diaphragmatic breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. And as you exhale, pull the belly button to the spine. Do that a couple more times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. All right, let's bring our hands down to our side, our lap, and open our eyes. Now, we're just going to look over that right shoulder. And then let's look center. And let's go ahead and look over that left shoulder. And we'll look center. And let's roll our shoulders. So just exaggerate this shoulder roll, right? Whatever that means to you. And then let's reverse that shoulder roll. Nice. We're going to do that again. We're going to look over that right shoulder, maybe a little deeper into that neck stretch if that feels okay. And let's look center, and then let's look the other way. And we'll look center, and let's roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse that shoulder roll. Nice. All right, we're going to do a chin to chest neck stretch. So what's going to happen is I'm going to bring my hands behind my head and I'm going to extend my thumbs, okay? And I'm going to give my back of my neck a little massage with those thumbs. So let's bring those hands behind our head, extend your thumbs, and then just massage the back of that neck a little bit. All right, now we're going to bring our elbows forward. We'll tuck our chin, just drop that chin towards your chest. Don't pull on the head, but just use the weight of your arms and gravity to give you a little deeper stretch into the back of that neck. All right, let's drop our hands to our lap and come up and bring that head up. And let's do that again. Hands behind the head. Stretch, lift that chin slightly if that feels okay. Extend your thumbs and massage the back of the neck. It should feel good. Now we're going to bring the elbows forward. We're going to tuck our chin and let that head fall. We have one more breath. Drop your hands down to your lap, lift the head up, and let's do one more shoulder roll. All right, should feel good. Reverse that shoulder roll. Okay, nicely done. So we're going to move into pelvic tilts. So I call these bones on the edges of your pelvis here, those hips, I call those the hip tips. So we're going to take those hip tips and we're going to rock them towards our shoulders. And as we do that, just kind of round that spine a little bit. Let that head fall if you want to. Now we're going to rock those hip tips towards our knees. Okay, so lift up and then rock the hip tips towards the knees. So you're just creating a little bit of a back bend. You feel that? All right, let's come back to neutral and we'll do that again. Hip tips to shoulders first. Come up and then hip tips to knees and release. So we're just moving that back just a little bit, right? Just rocking those hips. Let's do it at your own pace, just a couple more times here. Just want to make sure we got that spine nice and warm here. So go ahead and do that. All right, let's go ahead and stop that motion. We're going to come into a mountain pose. So our arms are going to go down by our side. Palms are facing forward. Fingertips are pointing down towards the floor. Shoulders are down out of the ears. Heart is lifted. Okay, so it's an active pose. Think about crown of the head to the ceiling. Now we're going to bring those arms to go. I call it goalpost. You can call it goddess or cactus. So we're going to stay right here for just a moment. And I want you to take your right arm, leave your left arm where it is. And I want you to bring your right arm all the way across. And can you touch palm to palm? It's a lot, isn't it? You feel that sideways? Okay, we're going to open that arm back up, come back to those goalpost arms, and then we're going to bring it the opposite arm across. So try to bring this hand to the other one. Don't bring the other one to it, right? Keep this hand here and make this hand come across. And then up we go. Now we're going to extend our mountain up to the ceiling. Keep your shoulders down, extending, trying to touch the ceiling with those fingertips and bring those hands down. And let's roll those shoulders a little bit. Did that feel okay? And reverse it. Okay, we're going to do that again. We'll start down in our mountain pose, palms facing forward. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. There we go. Goalpost arms, squeeze those shoulder blades back behind you. Okay, we're going to leave this hand where it is, and we're going to bring this hand across and try to touch it. I know it's a lot of movement. Double check that your knees and hips are still forward. Sits bones should still be on that chair. And let's open it up, and then we're going to bring the opposite arm across. Remember, you want the arm moving to come to the stationary arm. Don't bring the stationary arm to the moving arm. Bring those arms out, up to the ceiling, extending our mountain. Up we go. One more breath and bring those hands down. All right, nicely done. Little different movement for that sideways today. So we're going to move into a warrior flow. All right, so a vinyasa flow is just moving, taking a few poses and kind of combining them together. So we're going to start with a warrior two. We're going to move forward in our chair. And I want you to take your right leg and do a heel, toe, heel, toe. So this leg is at a diagonal. Your hip, your knee, your ankle, and your toes are in alignment. Now this other leg is going to extend out to the side. So what I'm trying to do is be up on the edge of my foot. So I'm trying not to point the toe and work the quadricep here. I'm trying to be on the edge of the foot, and you're going to feel a little bit more of the outer thigh and the inner thigh working. The next thing I want you to think about, generally what I will see is everybody's doing a little compensating, right? We're sliding those ribs this way. So I want you to try to see, can you bring your ribs to the center? Think about lengthening the crown of the head to the ceiling. So now you're feeling a lot of more work, aren't you? Right? So it takes more work to keep those ribs in the center. The final thing we're going to do is add our arms up parallel to the floor. So shoulders stay down, arms are parallel. All right, let's turn our gaze over our right fingertips. Beautiful warrior two pose. Let's flip that right palm to the ceiling, and we're going to reverse our warrior up and back. So feel that sideways stretching here. We're going to come back to that warrior two, and we'll bend that right elbow and place that forearm on the thigh. Now the hand that's in the air, let's go ahead and place it on our waist. Can you open your chest a little bit more? See how I'm just kind of rotating a little bit? And then let's go ahead and extend that arm out. We're going to bring bicep by ear, extended side angle. And then let's come back to that warrior two. Look over those right fingertips, flip the right palm to the ceiling, reverse your warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two and come to that side angle pose. Now we're going to go ahead and leave this hand here. We've got a little bit of muscle memory built, right? We've opened up that chest. Now, can you drop your right wrist by your right ankle without rotating this shoulder forward? Keep that shoulder open. How does that feel? Press back up to that warrior two. Reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two. One more breath. Bring your hands down, bring the legs in, and take a break. How'd that feel? You're ready to get out of it? I know, right? That was too. All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to do a heel, toe, heel, toe. So we've got hip, knee, ankle, and toes in alignment. Opposite leg extends out. Now, you might find this side more willing than the other or less willing than the other. Remember, we want the ribs to be in the center. So think about crown of the head lengthening up to the ceiling. Bring the arms out to the side. Try to make them parallel to the floor. Let's look over those left fingertips. How do we feel? Is everybody good? Let's flip that palm to the ceiling. We're going to reverse our warrior up and back, feeling that side waist working. Let's come back to that warrior two. We're going to bend our left elbow and place that forearm on the thigh. Now, let's everybody, the hand that's in the air, go ahead and place it on your waist, and I want you to open that chest. So we try not to drop. We try to keep that chest open. You can extend that arm. If you don't want to extend the arm, leave it on your waist. Absolutely fine. Let's come back to that warrior two. Flip that palm to the ceiling. Reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come back to that warrior two. Are your shoulders inching up into the ears? Don't let it, right? Side angle pose. Now we're going to extend our side angle. That should feel pretty good, side waist. Let's come back to that warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. We have one more little piece to this, right? Back to that warrior two. Side angle pose. Now we're going to leave our right arm where it is, but we're going to drop our left wrist by our left ankle without letting this shoulder dip. Side waist is working, isn't it? One more breath. Back up we go. And release. Go ahead and bring those legs in and take a little break. So we're going to add a warrior one to that series. And in order to do that, we're going to focus only on the legs to begin with. So I'm going to take this right knee and I'm going to open it. And I'm going to move a little bit forward in my chair. So you'll see why here in just a second. So what I'm going to do is normally this foot is going to be out. I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. And I'm going to drop that knee down towards the floor and I'm going to turn and I'm going to face to the right, okay? Now adjust your feet a little bit. We're going to bring that knee up again. So what I want this to be is fluid. So find your position of your feet. So for me, I need this foot in just a little bit and I needed to move this foot over a little bit. Let's do it again. Drop that knee down and rotate. So now find what you need to do to feel comfortable in this legs for warrior one, and then up we go again. Okay, let's add the arms. Ready? So what we're going to do is we're going to start in a warrior two, right? Normally if we add a warrior one, we'll start in warrior one, but today we're going to do our two. Now this back hand is the one, it's going to come down and around. See how my leg is dropping? And then I'm going to come to warrior one facing to the right. I'm going to bring my pinky fingers in towards my inside. My thumbs are rotating out. I didn't cue that very clearly at all. Pinky fingers are rotating in, thumbs are rotating out. Y'all see what I did there? All right, bring the arms back parallel. Start with your left hand, this outside hand, rotate back around to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. How does that feel? Is everybody feeling all right? Okay, back to warrior two. We're going to do that warrior one again. Up we go. And then move to that warrior two. Now our right arm is going to bend and we're going to come to that side angle in a little different way, right? Bring your bicep by your ear if you want to. You don't have to. Okay, now what are we going to do? We're going to drop this right wrist by our right ankle. Hello. How does that feel? A lot of side waist is working, isn't it? Now let's rotate to that warrior two again. One more breath, and we're going to release and we're going to face forward and do the other side. So adjust on that chair, that left knee opens. So we got that 90 degrees. So remember, I want to bring this foot in. I already know I need to do that. I need to bring that one in a little bit. And this one, I think I need to bring it out a little bit. But let's see, okay? Come to your warrior two. Rotate all of that rib, the center of the body now is facing forward. You've already working your sideways muscles. We're going to bring this hand down and around, drop that knee and down to that warrior one. How does that feel? Adjust your feet as you need to. Let's come back to warrior two. Let's do that again. Down and around to that warrior one. All right, back to that warrior two. You feeling okay? All right, we're adding on now. Down and around to warrior one. Pinky fingers rotate in, thumbs rotate out. Look up slightly. There's your full version of warrior one. Move back to your warrior two. Bend your left elbow. Place that forearm on the thigh. Extend your side angle. How does that feel? Drop wrist by ankle. If you want, you don't have to. We have one more breath. Come back to that warrior two. One more breath and release. Go ahead and face forward. All right, are you feeling okay? We're going to come to standing. So if you want to stay seated, you can stay seated. But if you're with me, we're going to go ahead and come to standing on the right side of our chair. And we're going to face our chair. We're going to take our left foot and set it under our chair. Now, I mirror you, so don't let that confuse you. It's the foot next to the back of the chair. If you do the other one, it's going to be confusing for you. So make sure you've got your left foot under the chair, and then your right foot is going to step back and the heel is down. Your foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. You're going to bend your front knee and rotate your hips to face the chair, okay? Pull the belly in tight, lengthen through the tailbone, bring your weight back. So if you feel like you're standing against that back leg, your weight is probably right in the center of the body, which is where we want it. Let's bring our hands to the ceiling. We're going to move into that, bring those pinky fingers in and thumbs out for that full version of warrior one, looking up slightly. Bring your arms back parallel. Now, start with your your right hand and windmill around to warrior two facing me. There you go. Bring those ribs to the center. Bring those shoulders down out of the ears. You've got it. Look over those left fingertips. Flip that left palm to the ceiling. We're going to stretch up and reverse our warrior, and we're going to come back to warrior two, and we're going to place our hand in the seat of the chair for side angle pose. Now, we're going to be adding on in a moment, but I want us to do this again, and we're going to do this same pose on the other side before we add that final piece. Let's come back to that warrior two. Everybody good? Let's reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come back to our warrior two, and then let's just step out of it, and we're going to do that same flow on the other side before we add that final piece. We're going to be adding half moon today. Little balance challenge. Okay, remember, right foot, the foot next to the back of the chair is the one you want to step under. The other foot steps back, heel is down, foot is at that 45-degree angle. We're going to bring our hips to face our chair. So they tend to want to be at this diagonal, don't they? I want you to move those hips around. Pull your belly in, lengthen through your tailbone, bring your hands to the ceiling. If you have shoulder issues and you want to stay with bent elbows, absolutely fine. All right, up we go. Pinky fingers in, thumbs rotate out, look up at the ceiling. Back to that warrior one, and move to warrior two facing me. Look over your right fingertips, flip your right palm up and back as we reverse our warrior. Then we're going to come back to warrior two and place the hand in the seat of the chair for our side angle. Open that heart, right? Back to that warrior two. We have one more breath and release. Okay, now we're going to come back to the other side of the chair. We're going to add two things real quick. We'll be in our warrior two. We're going to come to side angle, and then we're going to deepen that side angle. Then we're going to come back up, and we're going to lift up into a half moon. Okay, now I'm going to take us through all of that. I just kind of wanted to show you a little roadmap of where we were headed. Okay, so face your chair. The leg next to the back of the chair steps under, the other leg steps back, heel is down. Foot is at a 45-degree angle. Bring your weight to face the chair, bend the front knee. Bring your hands to heart, pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone. Hands to the ceiling. Pinky fingers rotate in, thumbs rotate out, look up. Back to your warrior one, move into warrior two. Reverse your warrior up and back. We're going to come back to warrior two. We're going to place our hand in the seat of the chair in side angle. Now, if you want the extended side angle, we're going to bring that bicep by ear. And then if you want even more, we're going to drop that wrist down. There's your sideways working a lot, right? Back into that warrior two. Okay, here we go. This hand, you're going to bring it not just to the seat of the chair, but I want you to slide it over so you can hold that chair. You're going to bring your weight into that front leg. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this hand that's in the air and we're going to place it on our waist. And then can you lift that back foot just a little bit? How does that feel? I now put the foot back down, come back to warrior two. Look over your fingertips and let's reverse it. Now we're going to do that full half moon. If you want, you don't have to. Back to that side angle. All right, shift your weight forward, grab that chair. Now we're going to lift that leg up, straighten this leg, arm extends up, half moon pose. One more breath. Drop the back foot back down, bend the front knee, come back to your warrior two. How do you feel? Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two. And step out of it. Did you do okay on that one? It's hard. It's a very challenging pose, but it's good for us, right? Give it a try. Remember, you've got that version where you just barely lift that foot up. You don't have to do the full extension. So remember that. Okay, we're facing our chair. Right foot under, left foot back, heel is down. Turn your hips to face the chair. Pull the belly in. Lengthen through the tailbone, hands to heart. Hands to the ceiling. Pinky fingers in, thumbs rotate out. Warrior one. Back to arms parallel. Move to warrior two. Are we ready? Flip that palm up and back. We're going to come back to a side angle pose. Our hands goes into the seat of the chair. We're going to extend our side angle first. Put your belly in. Do you want to drop your right wrist by your right ankle? You don't have to. Press into that warrior two. Powerful move, right? Powerful move. Let's reverse it again. All right, that hand now is going to go not to the seat of the flat, but let's go ahead and bring it to the edge so we can grab it a little bit more. You're going to bring your weight forward. This hand first is going to go to the waist. Just barely lift that back leg if you want to. Let's put it back down. That's version one. This is a great version. Flip that palm up to reverse. Now we're going to do the full extension of that half moon pose. All right, full expression is what I meant to say. Bring that weight forward. This hand, remember, if you want to put it on the waist, you can. Otherwise, bring your weight forward. Lift that leg up. Lift that arm up. Half moon pose. Lift up out of this hip. Don't let yourself sink. One more breath. Back down we go. And release. Oh my goodness, good work. All right, let's come back to seated. Okay, so we're going to finish with a gentle twist. I'm going to take my right knee and I'm going to cross it on top of the other knee. Now, if knee to knee doesn't feel good for you, you're going to be ankle to ankle. Fine. All right, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to place it on the inside of my leg. My other hand is going to go to the chair. I'll extend my spine, pull that shoulder back, and rotate. Let's face forward. This hand goes down on the outside of the thigh, other hand to the chair. Extend the spine, pull the shoulder back, and rotate. And face forward. Let's unravel those legs, and we're going to do the other side. Left hand on the inside of the thigh, right hand to the chair. Extend the spine, pull the shoulder back, and rotate. Release that. Right hand on the outside of the thigh, other hand to the chair. Extend the spine, pull the shoulder back, and rotate. And release. Let's go ahead and unravel, and we're going to do a couple of shoulder dips real quick. So take your feet a little bit wide, right? Just a couple of heel toes out for those goddess legs. We're going to drop our right shoulder straight down to the floor. That's going to get that sideways a little stretch, little shoulder stretch too. And we're going to lift that shoulder up, and we're going to drop the other side. It should feel good. Let's lift it up. Let's do one more on each side. And up we go, and let's drop that other shoulder down. And up we go. Very well done. Go ahead and sit back in your chair, Shavasana pose. Hands resting lightly on the thighs. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in. Full breath out.
Stand firm. Just as waves crash continually on a rocky shore, so do life's events repeatedly drive themselves into your awareness. Stand firm, remain whole, constant in your values and intentions. Feel the influence of all that happens. Seek to comprehend and understand the ups and downs of each moment. Armed with an increasingly enlightened perspective, do what you know is good and right to do. Some days the going will require more effort, other days not as much. Yet what matters most is not what you must expend, but how firmly you stay pointed in your chosen direction. Rather than being dissuaded by the challenges, know that you can be inspired and energized by them. Instead of being tempted by meaningless distractions, seize the opportunities to make meaningful progress. Maintain your integrity, keep your focus. What you have found to be important remains important, regardless of any tempest that swirls around you. Stand firm in your commitment to what is good and true, unswayed by the dramas and whims that quickly come and go. Stand firm and live by intention, ever steady in the service of what truly matters.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for participating today in our live streaming class on this Wednesday afternoon. So remember, we'll be live streaming classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays throughout the month of January. Now, for those of you watching the video from YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Check out the post section to find links to sign up and join future live streaming classes this month. Also, I encourage everyone to become a Bottoms Down Wellness community member on our website at bottomsdown.com. We're working hard to provide new and exciting programs for our wellness community, including health and wellness insights from our medical director of wellness medicine, who is a licensed lifestyle medicine physician. Check out our blogs and stay tuned for more to come in the next few months. And lastly, if you have a social media accounts, if you would consider to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, we would really appreciate it. Okay, let's take a look at your questions and comments.
So right now, we just have one question from one of our followers on Facebook. She says, just watched the recording of the first live class, liked it a lot. Is there any way to loosen a tight hip? Only one hip of mine seems immovable when we are butterflying it, I guess. It was injured over 40 years ago. So she's wondering, what can she do for some relief?
Okay. I hear this one a lot too, right? Hips, and hips depends, right? It's just like almost any part of the body. Depends on what is going on and what the injury is. But I will give you a couple of ideas. So the first one, we do all of these a lot during our classes. I didn't do pigeon today. Normally I do, but we did do this. So we crossed one knee on top of the knee, right? So you're getting this hip stretch right here. To take that a little step further, if you can come into pigeon, you're really going to get more of that hip movement, okay? So that stretch here, and even if your knee is way up here, you're still going to be getting a lot of good stretch into that hip. And the more you do it, the more, so the idea here is eventually that knee is going to come down, right? Just a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And then eventually you'll be able to come forward and do some things. So that's one. Another really good one is when we bring our legs to goddess, you're getting that hip movement here as well, right? And so even when we just did this one, right? So we drop that shoulder down, you can feel that hip stretching, especially when we do the versions and then we internally rotate those hips. So you feel that. So those are two really good. So pigeon and goddess are two excellent poses to help with those hips. Is there anything else? Anybody have another question or comment?
Nope, not yet. Nobody's raised a hand or anything. We just checked I think everybody's applauding and going to go take a nap.
All right. Well, as we wrap up, I do want to again thank Ralph Marston. He's the one that provides those wonderful meditation readings, and he's really allowed us to use those, and we so appreciate it. And I wish you would check out his website at greatday.com. And I will see you next time.